Plaintiffs Rebecca Hartshorn and her father Delbert say Rebecca dated the defendant off and on for 4 years, but she always suspected he was cheating. Rebecca claims after the defendant proposed, she thought he'd changed, but she ended it for good after she caught him on a fetish website. They're suing for the balance due on a loan. Defendant Brandon Condon admits that he was talking to another woman while he was with Rebecca, but he insists she was only a friend and he reached out to her for relationship advice. Brandon claims after Delbert gave him money, Rebecca started harassing him and his mother, so he refuses to pay.
Start with you.
Okay, so basically, Brandon and I were engaged, and we were actually scheduled to get married later this year.
When did you become engaged?
It was actually last Christmas.
How long had you known him?
We've known each other for about 4 years,
Dated?
off and on.
Okay.
Off and on a little bit. Last November, right around Thanksgiving, I found out that he was on a fetish dating website, and so we broke things off.
I don't even want to know what the fetish was.
Your Honor, I don't know either.
Pretty low down.
Throughout the 4 years that we were together, there was always instances where there was messages or pictures on his phone of him talking to other women or, trying to contact other women to get together. Basically, I thought he had changed. I thought, he was going to be faithful to me and, wanted to start a new life together. And so he proposed. And I guess that just wasn't the case when I found all that information out last November. While we were together, he did ask my dad to get some money for a loan to pay off a title so that he could keep himself out of jail.
Plaintiffs Rebecca Hartshorn and her father Delbert say Rebecca was engaged to the defendant, but she claims she called it off after she caught him on a fetish website.
All right, let me get some background from you, sir.
Well, first of all, I was talking to a friend getting some relationship advice. That was part of the whole reason. Before that...
Hold on. The fetish site was to get information from a friend?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was a different incident.
Oh, okay.
But, yes, I was on there. And before that, there was a 7-month period where, or 7 months before we moved into this new place, she told me that, or she told one of her friends that she was done with the relationship, had no feelings at all. Previously, back in 2013, she left me for one of her ex-boyfriends, or
That's
so I
incorrect, Your
thought
Honor.
that she left me for. That's what I got the impression of, because she was hanging out with him all the time. I eventually took her back, thought things changed. When I met her, she was on her 3rd DUI, on probation, so she wasn't drinking, doing drugs, or anything like that. I took her, took her back after all that. She was still on probation. I got put on probation.
For what?
Tampering with physical evidence.
For what type of case?
What do you mean?
Evidence comes from a case.
Correct.
What type of case?
My had methamphetamines in the house, and I broke a pipe on the front porch step because I found out that he was doing meth. And
All right, no wonder you're slow about answering.
Correct.
Got it. He's talking about all your DUIs. He gets caught up with crystal meth, the most addictive drug.
I've never used crystal meth
I
in
didn't
my
say
life.
you used it.
I'm just saying.
You sound like a guilty man. I say you got caught up. You sound like a criminal who was using it. Go ahead. Don't blurt that out to the next judge, else he's going to think like I think. Oh, yeah, he was definitely using it.
So anyways, I had a title loan on a Jeep. That is correct.
They're telling
Yep.
me about the loan. I was allowing you to give me the background.
Would have been a heck of a wedding.
Take your choice. Go ahead, ma'am. You tell me about the loan you were referring to. Yes, sir.
He come to me saying that if he didn't get this paid off within a day, I believe it was, that he was going to have to go to jail. And I'm not sure why, if it had something to do with him being on probation or not having a clear title for the car. So we went to the credit union and I paid it off for him.
How much?
$3,400.
What was the agreement on repayment? He would pay.
He
what?
was going to pay it within 6 months.
Okay.
He said his mom was cashing in some bonds or something, and she would give him the money for that.
All right. And what has happened since?
And he got $1,500 from his mom. Give me that. And the rest was going to be when he got his income tax.
Go
And-
ahead. The reason I laugh because that means I'm not giving you anything back.
And his bonus from where he worked.
That's a new one. What happened?
And that's why we're here with no money.
All right, sir.
I still haven't received my bonus from where I used to work.
I know you haven't, and they hold on, and they kept your income tax because you owed the government something for something else, didn't they?
No,
Oh, what happened to the income tax?
I'm behind child support $50.
That is what another. That
So,
is
yeah.
something else. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You've been smoking crystal meth today.
No.
All right. You're having a hard time. Go ahead. So the government seized this income tax for $50 nonetheless. That's your only defense, sir?
I did pay the $1,500. Got that half taken care of, but I don't have anything else.
You don't have a defense to the other.
Paying the rest of it?
The balance, yes, sir.
I had full intentions of paying that until I was getting harassed every single day, 2 or 3 times a day. And my
How?
mom, phone calls, text messages. Rebecca ended up calling my mom, asking her if she was going to sell her mineral rights.
You should have countersued for harassment then, and you didn't. Perhaps you knew that's what's called collections. Have a good day. $1,900 for the plaintiff. He has no defense.
I have no feelings towards him.
Me, I would still try. I still love her. I'm always going to. I still care about her.